UFC 260 main event. Stipe Miocic faces Francis Ngannou for the second time. Their first fight about 3 years ago now. Stipe Miocic beat Francis Ngannou. He was the first man in the UFC to do so, exposed the grappling weakness of Ngannou. Really the lacking even of cardio. Yes, he did go the 5 rounds, but he didn't have really enough in his gas tank to keep Stipe Miocic off of him. Couldn't stop the takedown, was controlled, and then continuous ground and pound was even landed. And on the feet, same kind of thing. Ngannou would be winging shots, but nothing really as far as combinations go, and not active enough. Stipe exposed Ngannou, but Francis Ngannou has improved drastically in those 3 years. If you look at his last fight, quick victory over Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Look at the fight before, quick victory. He's having all these fast knockouts. We can quickly pull up his last few, but he's knocking everybody out quickly. But it's not to say his grappling hasn't got better. We just haven't seen it yet. He slimmed out. His physique, definitely less bulky. Look at him here. He doesn't look as bulk as that. Lost that excess mass, lost some weight. And I think at his new lean state, he's going to be more of a challenge for Stipe. You look at these fights here. 4-fight knockout win streak. The longest fight was 1 minute and 11 seconds versus Junior. I mean, he killed Cain Velasquez in 26 seconds. Even if Velasquez was past his prime, his knee, whatever, that's an impressive win. Curtis Blaydes, 45 seconds. It might have been a quicker stoppage, but he was on his way to stopping him. You look at the Santos fight, Junior, legend of the game. He really started the real downslide of JDS after that quick knockout. And then Jairzinho Rozenstruik. You look at that fight, 20 seconds. Jairzinho, decent fighter, not elite of the elite, but 20 seconds against a professional kickboxer is pretty impressive. Stipe Miocic obviously had the DC matches. The trilogy that they had, 3 in a row. He lost the first one. He was obviously a little damaged from his fight against Ngannou 6 months prior. But then he won the next 2 fairly dominant. It hasn't been much of a challenge. Stipe is the greatest heavyweight we've seen. As far as his resume goes, he's defended the belt multiple times. Almost perfect. I mean, 20-3. That's a fantastic record, especially in the heavyweight division. He's 38. He's 4 years older than Ngannou. Obviously, heavyweight division, you enter your prime later. The guys in their late 30s are in their prime at heavyweight. I guess it takes the bigger guys maybe longer. Could just be because it's less about the little things like the speed of every movement. I mean, you can be slower and have heavy power and do great at heavyweight. As you get older, the experience of the game, you just develop a higher fight IQ. And Stipe has an extremely high fight IQ. I think he's going to come in smart versus Francis here. He's not going to fight him like an idiot. Obviously, he's not going to try to stand and brawl the whole time. I think he's going to look to set up takedowns, challenge Ngannou's wrestling. I feel like Francis, in those 3 years, I believe he's definitely closed the gap. If he's training his grappling as seriously as I hear that he is training it, as much involved in it as he is, I think Ngannou is seriously a problem for Stipe Miocic because he's such an athletic specimen. I believe Francis Ngannou wins here. He knocks out Stipe. Stipe is older. He's been hittable in fights against Daniel Cormier. If Francis has closed that gap as far as the takedown defense goes, and he has the stamina now to go a bit longer, he's faster than he once was. I believe he can counter Stipe. If he hits him with one big shot, we know the way the fight can go. I feel that Stipe can absorb more punches than most heavyweights, but still if Francis hits him with a clean strike, Francis wins this fight. I'm riding the Predator Ngannou to win this fight. I feel his improvement has been drastic. Everything's lining up. He's the number 2 guy in the world. This is a dream fight. I wish we would have seen, John Jones, Stipe, honestly, somewhere along the lines. Maybe it still happens even if Ngannou wins, because could obviously see a trilogy between these two and them fighting again if Ngannou is victorious in this bout. I believe he pulls it off. I think he gets a knockout win. I believe it's 2 rounds or less because I'll give the advantage. Definitely once you start passing round 2, I'm heavily favoring Stipe Miocic. Will then start fending, landing some takedowns for Ngannou. Won't be able to fend them off as well. And I think from the top position, still could be very dangerous, especially with a tired Ngannou. Stipe can do a lot of work, but I still think Francis Ngannou stops him in 2 rounds. I'm riding Ngannou. He's a minus 120 favorite. Stipe at the plus 100 underdog. It's pick'ems here. Greatest heavyweight of all time versus one of the freakiest heavyweights of all time. and maybe one of the greats as well. Definitely on his way there if he's able to win against Stipe Miocic. I'm riding an Ngannou win here. I think he gets the knockout. Should be an excellent fight. I cannot wait. The main event. This is probably this year the most exciting matchup for me. This is going to be epic. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the Instagram, the Twitter, and the TikTok, MMA_experts. All of it will be in the description. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.